All right, we are live. Let's see what our time looks like here. Wow, I am really early. That is awesome. Okay, again, I'm really early. We'll get started in the next 5 or so minutes. I'm really early. Again, I know, right? But, hey, at least I'm early and not late. So, you know, but, yeah. But we're live, so if you're here, say hi in chat. I'm going to attempt to use Restream's chat today. We'll see if this actually works or not. Alright. So, if you're here, say hi. Like I said, we'll get started around 8 p.m. Hello, Shafiella. Nice that you're here. This is going to be a pretty awesome stream. Yeah, I'm a little bit early today. But, you know, again, I'd rather be early than late. But, hey, my Restream chat seems to be working a lot better. And we're going to get into all that in today's stream. Hola, Peon. Hola. And I'm not going to speak any more Spanish than that because I'm sure that Assistive will kill me because my Spanish is awful. If you don't know who he is, he's another one of the people that likes to watch this channel, and he does some stuff on his own. But yeah, I'm not going to speak any more Spanish than that. Keep at it as long as I can. Okay, I will keep at it as long as I can. Feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. Every Monday we do these Taylor's Tech Talks. Every Wednesday I go live with Michael Dowies on his channel, Techopolis. So feel free to subscribe to both places. Let me go ahead and put that in the chat. Oh, this stream? Yeah. Uh-huh. So that's Michael's channel. So subscribe there as well. Alright. But we've got 239 subscribers. This is awesome, y'all. Do you think we can get 240 by the end of the day? I think we can. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe. Because I think we can meet 240, which would be awesome. So, think we can do it? I think we can. I think we can. Oh, that's not nice. That's not nice. I work with Michael. That's not nice. Well, thanks for the compliment, but again, Michael is one of my partners, so hopefully you like his channel too, because he helps make things run around here. Because trust me, this is not a one-person operation. If it was, well, you would be sorry, because it would sound awful. So, yeah. Hopefully that was just sarcasm. But, I'm just saying, because without Michael, my channel would not be where it is today. So, you know. No way, Taylor and Michael, two different personalities. Yes, we have different personalities, but we work together. Right? Yeah. Yeah, we work together. So. Alright. Let's see what time it is here. All right. But yeah, if we can get 240, that will be awesome. And yeah, if you're in the chat, we're going to go ahead and get started very, very shortly. So if you're in the chat, say hi, and feel free to subscribe, like, comment, share with your friends. I put out a tweet earlier, but again, feel free to tag your friends. All right, let's see what time it is. Oops. It is. All right, let's see. 7:57. Okay. I'll start right at 8. You know. But yeah, if you like, comment, share, turn your notifications to all as well. That way you could also get notified when we go live. And we're going to be making another announcement today during stream, so you do not want to miss it. So stick around because we've got a big announcement to make, and it's gonna be cool. So, all right, how did you like that VS Code course yesterday, y'all? That video blew up. I don't know what happened, but that video all of a sudden just blew up. So, how did you like that yesterday? I thought it was a really awesome stream. It was crazy, but I thought it was really cool. So, yeah, how did you all like that? And yeah, all right. So, let's see. Yes, Payon, I do show how to use Markdown in the VS Code tutorial. Very briefly, but I do show how you can do it. Yep. I definitely cover that in part of the course. Sure do. I also figured out today, y'all, that I can actually add chapter markers in Final Cut Pro. So, you know how there's chapters in YouTube? I figured out today that I can actually add those. So, in my tutorials, I'm going to have chapters. Oh, think so? You think this is going to be a super hit? Well, I hope it is. But yeah, like I said, where were we going here? I don't know. We're kind of all over the place until we actually get our presentation started. But Final Cut Pro, I love that editor, y'all. You can also use iMovie, but I am going to probably do a Final Cut tutorial at some point in one of the Tutorial Tuesdays. When am I going to post podcasts? Payon, I don't know. I want to post them soon, but here's the little dilemma that I'm in. At some point, everybody's podcatcher is going to go blow up because apparently whenever I publish the podcast, I didn't hit save. And so all these 30 or 40 episodes have been drafts for this whole time. And so whenever I hit publish, y'all are going to get a whole bunch of notifications. So let me know when it's the most convenient time for you, and I'll go ahead and publish those. So I'm not sure. I screwed up big time. But the good thing is that I'll have it connected to the WordPress site, and so it'll work a lot better now. But let me know when y'all ready for Notification City, because I will go ahead and do that. But I just want to warn everyone that you're going to get a ton of notifications at once. Do it right now. Yeah, let me not do that right now, Payon. Maybe I'll do it after stream. How does that sound, everyone? Maybe I'll do it afterwards. But it is almost 8 o'clock, and as promised, let's... Shafiella, I do have a Reaper tutorial that you probably should not watch because it's pretty awful, although it somehow got a whole bunch of views. Don't ask me why, because it was before I took Derek Lane's Reaper course, and I didn't know a lot. So no, other than that awful video, I don't have any editing or filmmaking video tutorials. All right, everyone, it's 8 o'clock. Let's go ahead and get this party started. Let me close this out here. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Taylor's Tech Talks Live and Taylor's Teardowns Episode 3. In today's stream, we are going to be doing a very highly requested video. How to stream if you are blind and use assistive technology. And how to do it if you are blind. How to be successful on YouTube and how to stream, right? Because streaming seems like a very daunting and visual task. And you need to be able to have some kind of ways of doing it if you cannot see, right? For example, I am doing it and obviously I don't have any sight. And so what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you everything that I use in my streaming setup from A to Z. If you haven't been to my channel before, my name is Taylor Arndt. I'm a WordPress developer, consultant, and freelancer. I'm also specialized in accessibility. I've been in the industry 3 years helping clients ranging from governments, nonprofits, small, medium, large businesses, and everyone else in between to get online for the first time and become more inclusive and accessible for all. If you're interested in my company, you can check out tayloraccess.com, and it's also linked in the channel description. In today's stream, like I said, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about everything that I use to go live. And we're going to start off from the very basics. The things that you need, obviously, to go live, depending on what you're doing, right? And we're going to have a lot of screen sharing as well. So I'm going to be showing you everything that I do. So let's talk about what are some things that are going to be helpful to go live. So obviously, you're going to have some kind of software where you can go live. Right? So this means, like, for example, Restream, or you could use Zoom. And so what you could do is, and this is what I used to do, and I'll show you what I do now. But what I used to do is if I go under Zoom, and let me go ahead and share my screen, and I'm going to share my voiceover so I can show you. Let's see. Share. Yes, you can use OBS. I'm not very good at it, though, and I don't really like it. But, yeah, you can use OBS, Open Broadcaster Studio. Again, I don't particularly like it. But, yeah, that is another option. All right, so I'm in my Zoom window. And this is what I used to do before I have the software that I have now. And as a reminder to everyone, while I'm sharing my screen, you guys are going to hear the text-to-speech chat read aloud. So I would ask that you keep chat civilized because they will be read out to the whole entire group and the whole entire world. So just keep that in mind when you are typing chats, but feel free to do so. They'll just be read out to the entire world. Okay, now that disclaimer out of the way, let's go ahead and show you what I did. So I believe you'll have to have a Zoom Pro account, which is like $140 or something per year. But if you're a business owner, you definitely need Zoom, right? It's a necessity. I don't think you can do this on the free plan, although I forgot to check before this stream. But here's what you do. So you'll have to go in your Zoom admin account, chances are, and enable. Actually, no, you won't. You'll have to go under more meeting controls. And then what you'll do from there is it will say go live on YouTube. And then you
Shafiola. Hey, is Zoom going to work for 40 minutes?
Be able to go in there and connect to your YouTube channel and then specify what the meeting you want to be called. So the Zoom meeting, because by default it will have the Zoom meeting title as the YouTube live. So if you have Taylor Arndt Zoom meeting, you'll want to change that and you'll want to make sure that it's the Zoom meeting title of your stream that you actually want. Right? So if I want Taylor's Teardowns Episode 3, that's what I would put in here. Right? In terms of Shafiela's chat message, it could work, Shafiela. Again, but I don't know. I'm going to have to look that up. I might look that up real quick a second. Because I'm not sure. Obviously, I would be in a meeting with myself, right? And that's the other thing, too, is that I use Zoom because I can be in a meeting myself. Or I can invite guests very easily. and it's just a seamless process. But yeah, let me see if you can stream on Zoom free plan. But this is coming from a Zoom Pro user, just because I am a business and, you know, I can kind of deduct Zoom. And I need Zoom for my client meetings anyways. So I'm not going to really show you the process of going live on Zoom because, frankly, if I do that, then this stream will end. So going live is one thing, right? That's the first part of it. The next thing is showing your face or lack thereof, right? Because going live, you know, is, right, you want to be able to show your face and show everything. And so usually what I will do is I will have my video. And again, this is where Michael comes in. Obviously, he'll make sure that I'm all lined up. In today's stream, I'm actually not showing my face because we're doing a bunch of screen capture demos. And we're doing a bunch of other demonstrations as well. So we're not actually doing a video stream today. But if we were, I could start my video and then Michael, obviously, or, you know, I could call Ira, you know, just make sure that I'm lined up with the camera, make sure that I'm not lopsided or the other direction, you know, in that sort of thing. So obviously I want to make sure that that's happening. I want to make sure that I'm presentable and that, you know, my area is good around me, right? I've got an office in my apartment, and that's kind of, you know, I have my lighting and all that fun stuff. But basically I stream out of my apartment, my office. I have a 2-bedroom apartment that I just got a couple weeks ago. I've got 1 bedroom for myself, and then I've got 1 bedroom for my office. Again, this is just general notes, right? So what I would say is if you're in a very small apartment like I was as of like a month and a half ago, you know, try to find somewhere where it's quiet and that you can be able to stream. And again, my old setup, like I said, the refrigerator was a common characteristic in my stream. But you want to try to find those areas where it can be quiet for you to be able to stream, right? Because you want the lowest amount of background noise possible. And all the things that I'm mentioning are fully accessible, right? Zoom is fully accessible. You know, all that other stuff like Zoom is accessible, and obviously YouTube accessible. And you can also schedule streams. So this is something I'm going to actually show you. I'm going to show you how you can schedule streams. Now, if you're just using Zoom, I'm going to show you the process. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to head over to my Windows VM now, my Windows 365, and I'm going to go ahead and schedule a stream on my YouTube channel. And obviously, we're not going to actually create this stream because that would be redundant, but I want to show you the process. And that way, if you ever want to, oops, and my calendar's going off. If you ever want to be able to schedule a stream for later, you can do that with the following procedure. So, before I go ahead and do that procedure, does anybody have any questions in my chat? If you do, you can go ahead. I almost said raise your hand, but that's because I was running a Clubhouse room for 2.5 hours before this. So go ahead and put the chat message in, and I will answer that. If not, I will show you how to schedule a stream, right? Because you want to schedule them if you can. Again, sometimes you can do them spontaneously, but scheduling them will allow you to promote them easily, right? So obviously I scheduled this way, way, way ahead of time, and then I'm able to promote it to a whole bunch of people, and the link is able to get spread around, right? So let's go ahead, and we're going to see if I have any chats, and if I don't...
Shafiola, what Windows do you use?
I will...
And what is Windows 365?
Show you how to do it. Shafiella asked, what Windows do I use, and what's Windows 365? Shafiella, the Windows I use is Windows 10, and Windows 365 is Microsoft's newest offering, basically where I have Windows in the cloud, and I connect to it through RDP, Remote Desktop Protocol. And what that allows me to do is it allows me to access my Windows in a window on my Mac. So I've got the Microsoft Remote Desktop app installed, and I'm able to access my Windows computer in the cloud from Microsoft that they fully maintain for security and all the updates. And I'm able to access Windows on my Mac because, again, I have a Mac primarily. I don't have a Windows computer. Now, this isn't cheap, and it's only available to business customers at the moment, so keep that in mind. But for my purposes, because I am a business owner and I do need Windows, this is a good solution. And if you want to know more, I've got a Windows 365 stream that I did in collaboration with Michael for Techopolis that you can go ahead and check out. So that is kind of what Windows 365 is. But yeah, I'm using Windows 10 like Enterprise or something funny like that. So that is what I am using on that machine. So, right. Any other questions in the chat before we go ahead and show you how to schedule a stream? Because again, scheduling is definitely a good practice. And then what you can do is you can go under your Zoom settings in your admin and go under more and be able to enable the custom streaming service where you can put in all the information. So let's go ahead. If I don't have any more questions, I'm going to now switch over and I'm going to show you what you do.
Shafiola, is it very important to have Windows 365 for streaming live on YouTube?
Is it very important to have Windows? That's a good question. So it depends on what you're doing, Shafiella. If you already have Windows, then you don't need Windows 365. The reason that I have Windows 365 is because I'm running primarily on a Mac. But my chat application and some other things require that I have Windows, and I'm going to get into that in just a little bit. Right? But my chat application, especially what I'm using now, requires that I have Windows. And of course, I can't easily run Windows on a Mac otherwise, because I am running an M1 Mac. So if you already have Windows, you don't need to worry about that. But for us Mac people out there, it's definitely going to be a thing that you need to keep in mind, is that Windows will be a thing that will be nice to have, especially if you're dealing with chat messages. So, all right, let's go ahead and show how this is done. I'm also demonstrating on Windows, as that is the primary operating system of most users. So that's also why I'm using Windows on this demo.
How to stream on YouTube using Assistive technology question. Bullet started clickable toggle button press like this video along with one other person.
And, do you use external hardware?
Do I...
Mic, camera, etc.?
Do I use external hardware? Let me...
Restream chat row 1 clickable title message dot
I missed
button
that.
clickable menu button sub menu. And comma, do you use external hardware question? Mic, camera question.
Mic, yes. I have a Vimoda Boom Mic Pro that connects to a pair of Surface headphones. Yep. So I do have that. In terms of a camera, right now I just have a webcam and my Mac. Because the M1 Mac camera is wonderful. It's awesome. So that is kind of what I talked about in terms of hardware. Okay, so let me go ahead and go to YouTube.
How to stream on YouTube using Assistive technology question.
Right. So first thing you'll want to do is make sure you're at your YouTube channel. Sometimes it's kind of hard to find your own YouTube channel on YouTube, I know. Typically what sometimes I do is I just type in, for example, Taylor's Tech Talks YouTube, and then it brings me right to my page. And then if I'm already logged in with that Google account, I can kind of be at that page that I'm looking for. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I'm at the top of the page by pressing Control and Home.
Banner landmark clickable button.
I'm going to go...
Clickable skip navigation button. Search landmark search button.
3.
Clickable search with your voice button. Clickable create button.
5 times.
Clickable
I
window,
did the button
clickable
command, so I just pressed B. And then I heard create. Whoops. Hold on. I messed something up there. Let me see what I did.
Toolbar, Chrome menu button, submenu, customize and control.
Okay.
Chrome. Menu
Let me
select
try that
menu,
again.
app, CTR,
So,
clickable YouTube apps button.
The other thing I could do is NVDA find.
Find.land, select C-R-E-A-T-E, clickable button.
And then
create.
I was able to find create. So I just NVDA find, Control Insert F, and then found the create button. I'm going to press enter.
Clickable upload video link visited link clickable go live visited link
I'm
go
going to
live.
press go live.
Document busy blank. Live streaming dash YouTube studio. Clickable banner landmark button collapse menu. Clickable menu button sub menu account.
I'm gonna
photo,
press
open,
my
visible,
E
open account.
key.
Navigation no next edit field.
Oops. Or
Navigation
not.
landmark list with 3 items button stream. Clickable live stream heading. This shows all of your heading level 3 type. Heading level 3 date. Heading level 3
Okay.
visibility. Heading level 3
And all these are your live streams that are showing up in YouTube Studio. I want to try to find the create button. Again, normally this is not what I do to schedule these. That's why I'm a little bit out of practice in terms of doing it this way. But I'll just show you what you do in terms of that. Because normally I use something else to do this. But I will get into that in just a little bit.
Banner landmark. Find blank. Select C R E A E E. Live time error dialog. Text quote create live
Let's
streaming
see.
dash YouTube.
All right.
Clickable.
So
Clickable account
let me
profile
go
photos
ahead.
opens list of all clickable live stream heading level 3 type. Heading level 3 restrictions. Heading level 3 connection. Navigate to the first page button. Navigate to the previous page. Navigate to the last page. No next button.
Right.
Button available. Navigate to the last banner landmark. Clickable account
So,
profile photos
of course, I
opens list of all
probably
clickable
can't
live stream
schedule
heading. It shows all of
anything
your
right
heading level 3 type. Heading level 3 viewers. Heading level
live.
checkbox not checked. Heading level 3 link out to stream on YouTube on this episode, Taylor will tear uses of streaming software. Op 30 live now.
Yep. And so it says I'm live now.
None. Free. Good. Heading level 2 upcoming. Checkbox not checked. Heading level 3 link zoom dash out to broadcast. And https:// none. Click toolbar.
So I can't actually schedule, but what I would do is I'd find the schedule button, and then I'd type in a title, I'd type in a description, I'd do all the standard things that you do for a YouTube video, and then I would make sure my latency is set to low. And what that will do is that will reduce the amount of time it takes for the chats to come in, which I'm going to talk about in terms of the TTS, or text-to-speech. And so I always make sure my latency is set to low, and then I pick a time and a date, and then I hit schedule, and then what it will do is it will give me Rtmp settings, which are basically settings that you would enter into your broadcasting software, which would be like Zoom or OBS or anything else like that. So let me show you what those would look like. Basically,
clickable.
Actually, no, I'm not going to show those because there's a stream URL, which is like the URL in terms of like the server. And then there's a stream key, which is your personal stream key for your YouTube channel, which I don't really want to show live. And then the URL of the channel. So this is where you'd put, like, for example, Taylor's Tech Talks. I'd put my streaming URL. And then in Zoom, I would hit go live, and that would make me go live on that scheduled broadcast. But again, I don't want to show all my credentials because that would be, don't need everyone getting access to my channel credentials. That wouldn't be too good. But that's kind of how you schedule. So, you've scheduled your stream, you have your mic, your hardware, your camera, everything ready to go. The next question becomes, how do I deal with chat, right? Because chat is an integral part of my stream. How can I deal with chat effectively? Well, there's a couple options. You could either A, not deal with chat, which I don't recommend. I would recommend that you actually deal with chat because it's part of the streaming experience, right? I'm dealing with chats right now. I'm responding to them. I'm, interacting with them. B, you could read them yourself, meaning that you go over to the YouTube chat window and check every 30 seconds and see if there's a new chat, which I also don't recommend because you're talking and you don't want to have to, constantly go with NVDA or JAWS and see if you have a new chat message. Or the third option, you could use TTS, or text-to-speech, to read your chats. And I like this option, as I can be talking and somebody could send a chat message and I can be able to hear it and then I can respond to it when I get a break in terms of like my speech, right? So if somebody sends me a chat message right now, it will read aloud, right? So it'll read aloud and then I can respond to it, but then everyone else on the stream, because I'm sharing my screen, can hear the chat message, right? So if I'm doing a demo, that might actually be a good thing. But this way, they're able to hear the stream in the chat. I'm able to hear it as the presenter, and I'm able to field questions. And so there's a couple different ways to do this. The first one is an extension for Google Chrome called YouTube Live TTS. And I'm going to go ahead and throw that in the chat. Basically what it is a Chrome extension. And what you would do is you would put it on a Chrome tab, make sure you're signed in. And I'll go ahead and show you how this works. And you would go to the page that your video is located on, the URL, and you just sit there, and then every time a new chat message comes in, it would read it aloud. And it would even read it aloud for videos that you're not even producing, which found that out the hard way. I was watching another streamer, and the TTS would not stop talking. So let me show you how to do this. This is a free Google Chrome extension, and I really love it. It works very well. So let me show you how that's done. So if anybody has anything they want to say in chat, go ahead. But that is kind of the basics, right? We've talked about, how to stream. I thought I had a message come in. Maybe not.
20:14: comma. Do you use external audio? Clickable type of message. Button.
Okay, we're good. So it just brought me back to my Restream chat. So Restream, again, is something I'm going to talk about after I show you this, right? Because Restream is a little bit more advanced because I'm streaming to multiple platforms. All right. So, any questions about what I've covered with this YouTube Studio scheduling streams? And you may have to go into your YouTube Studio after you're done and make sure you hit end stream, or else you will be going live for infinity showing nothingness. I learned that the hard way. So make sure that when you're done, you hit end stream in your YouTube Studio, or else you're going live infinitely. And there's nothing in there. So make sure you do that as well. Like I said, it's kind of hard to show some of this stuff just because I don't want to have to give out personal identifying information about the channel. But I think you'll be able to get the gist of it. So do I have any questions from the chat? If not, I'm going to temporarily stop sharing my screen so I can get ready for the next phase of this presentation. So, I'm going to show you once I get my chat back up here. I just want to get this next thing set up here. And I want to... I believe it's 15. Zoom, yeah. Yep. Again, I paid for Zoom in November, so been a little while. I paid annually, but yeah, you can also pay monthly. All right. So let's see. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen again. And what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how this extension works. So make sure that you're in a profile, again with Chrome, right, because you can have profiles, that you have the extension installed. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and share the link to this extension so that y'all can download it and try it for yourself. And you can even try it while you're watching my stream, because it will literally read out everything that's being displayed in chat. So if you want practice with it, that's a good way to do it. So let me find the link here. But basically that latency will help decrease the speech delay. YouTube Live text-to-speech. So really awesome extension. Download it. There we go. There is the extension that I use. You just download it from the Chrome store. All right, let me go ahead and share the screen again. Oh no, now it's reading my chat. Oh no. All right, so let's go ahead and share the screen, and I'll show you how this extension works. Now, we're going to have two different stream chats going on, so I'm going to temporarily close Restream's chat, because or else we're going to have two different voices going on, and it's going to be confusing. So, what we're going to do is share screen.
You have started screen share.
Go back to Windows.
https://chrome.google.com/webstore/details/YouTube.
All right.
Left parent, one right parent.
What I'm going to do
Toolbar.
is you're going to copy or get the link of your actual YouTube stream. And if you're in Zoom, what you can actually do is you can go under where it says live. There's a thing with VoiceOver or NVDA. And you can hit copy link. And you'll want to get the exact link to your stream. And then what you want to do is you want to go into the profile or go into your Chrome with that extension installed. So let me go into my Chrome profile.
Left parent. Toolbar. Chrome menu. Taylor left parent. Person 1 right
And-
parent. Other profiles. Manage closed. Manage your Google
Let's
account
see.
button. Sync is on button. Addresses and more button.
Taylor.
Payment method, passwords button.
I got
Customize
a
profile
lot of
button. Add
profiles
button.
here.
Other profiles grouping. Guest button. Taylor left parent. You Taylor button.
Go to this one.
Google Chrome dash
I'm
Taylor.
going to simply paste in this YouTube link.
Chrome.google.com/webstore/details/YouTube.
We're not.
//text2sp/.
That's the wrong link, but
Left
I'm
parent.
going to get my URL again from the other tab.
YouTube live chat text toolbar.
Simply
Select
paste this in.
YouTube.com/watch question v equals UPV line ISHY6L.
And then, the wrong link, but
left 55
I'm going to get my URL again from...
Play left parent.
I'm going to not hear myself live because that's pretty annoying, if you ask me. And then I pause myself. And then from there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for some chat messages. And then you'll notice it'll be a different voice, right? So I'm going to actually chat myself.
Frame clickable say something ... section document HI space Y TIG ALL.
Taylor aren't. Hi, y'all.
So you notice I chatted myself and it read it back aloud. So why don't one of y'all try to chat and you can hear what it sounds like? This is the Google...
Taylor Arndt. Hi y'all.
Didn't I close Restream chat? Yes. Okay, well, Restream chat is Microsoft David. The Google TTS is the YouTube TTS chat. But how about somebody tries to chat me? Because now I'm able to do this in my YouTube app on my browser just by having the page open. It will collect all the chats that you all are sending. So how about somebody tries to send a chat and you can hear what it sounds
Dan
like.
Miner, testing your chat.
Dan Miner, okay.
Dan Miner, testing your chat.
So you notice Restream caught it really, really quickly, but then the stream
Payoun.
speech chat. Mwah.
Payon, he.
Wow. So Restream read that a lot differently, right? So you notice that Restream chat is a little bit faster, but this extension is still able to be used. And obviously the way that it kind of reads is different, but this is how I'm able to use chat. So if anybody has downloaded that extension, you're able to kind of see how that works, right? Because if you're on the page that I'm, on a YouTube video with chat, it will read all that chat aloud, right? So if any of you guys have downloaded that extension, you can see what I mean. Because it will literally just read out all the chat, which is awesome. So, let's go ahead and shut up this extension. And let's talk about what I do now, right? That was the past, this is now. So, let me go ahead and shut this up.
W. Left parent, one right parent, out of HTTPS
hold
left
Alright.
parent, one right parent, main landmark, click for watching now.
We got 4 people watching. Alright, so let me go ahead and shut this up. So, what do I do now, you may be asking? Well, I've kind of given it away already. But I use something called Restream. And what Restream allows me to do is it allows me to stream to multiple platforms at once. So I am actually streaming currently to Michael's channel and my channel. I could also be streaming to YouTube and Facebook, or I could stream to LinkedIn or, 30 other platforms. But basically I'm able to simul-stream to all these different places, right? YouTube, Twitch, so on and so forth. And I love Restream. Now, Restream comes with a cost of its own. $16 a month if paid annually, $19 if paid monthly. And I have a special link which I will throw in the chat that if you use it, you get a $10 credit, I believe. And then I also get some kickback, but again, that will go and help this channel. But feel free to give Restream a try because they also have a free plan that you can try. If you're not sure if that would be a good fit for you, don't worry because they do have a good free plan and you can give it a spin before you actually invest in it. But ever since I started to invest in Restream last month, it seems very good and I'm able to do Facebook, I'm able to do YouTube, I can do a whole bunch of different things. So, that is currently what I do, and the other reason I do it is because the chat is so much faster. Speaking of chat, let me make sure I still have it open. I don't.
Folder view list, Taylor,
Let me go ahead and open that up again.
Start window, R, E.
I don't know why it was reading twice.
Restream chat row one, type message, edit plan.
Alright, somebody chat me. See if we're working.
Shafiola. What are the limitations in the free plan?
The limitations in the free plan is that you can only have a couple different destinations. Whoops. Trying to do this without voiceover. Doesn't work. So you can only have a couple different destinations. Instagram? Yes. Believe that is supported. With Oh, well, do you mean Restream Payout? I'm not sure I've ever heard of Briefstream. But awesome. I'm glad you got a new sound card. That is epic. Let me go ahead and share my Restream link with y'all, so if you want to try it, you can. In terms of the free plan, I'm going to go ahead and link out some information, too. That's why I stopped sharing my screen for just a hot sec. That way I could share this information with y'all. But, alright. So, let us go ahead and let's see. Let me get my link here. Oh. Yeah, Restream. Yeah, I was gonna say, I love dictation most of the time. Or maybe half the time. Alright? Alright. So, let's go ahead and let me go ahead and share this with y'all, and then we can go ahead and I'll talk more about it. We could do some Q&A. I had it all ready queued up, and of course it decided to not cooperate. So, Shafiela, you use Zoom in combination with Restream. So remember how I was talking about the custom Rtmp service? You use Zoom, and you can stream to Zoom from Restream. And that way you can have the best of both worlds. Or it depends. Do you want to only stream to one platform? Then you can use Zoom. But if you want to stream to multiple platforms, then Restream is your best option. Right? But you need both of them. You can use the Restream Studio, but there's a lot of accessibility issues and a lot of limitations. Right? So, it's kind of all depending on what you want to do. Right? If you just want to go live on YouTube, then you can use Zoom, and you don't need Restream. But if you want to go live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, then you'll want Restream. Right? So, it's all dependent on what you want. Right? It's all depending on what your needs are and what you're trying to do. Alright. So, let me go ahead and actually share all my links with y'all. And that way y'all have all the links. Yes. Zoom is fully accessible, Shafiala. Yep. I use Zoom every day for meetings and work. Yep. Alright. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and put this in here. And then, so here are all the links to the different services and stuff that I use if you're ever curious. Again, these are affiliate links, but they do help support the channel. But yes, you know, let me see. Hopefully that came through for y'all. Alright. So, those are my links. Again, if you want to support the channel. But yeah. Zoom, I don't have a specialized link. But yeah, I'll share the link to download it, but I don't have a specialized link, unfortunately. I'm not that special. Right? I'm not that special. But I'll share the link in the description. There we go. There's Zoom. I just shared that in the description of the chat. But yeah, unfortunately, like I said, I don't have a specialized link, but those other providers up there, I do have a specialized link. So, those are kind of some of the ways that I stream. Like I said, it's not all that complicated. And then what do I do before stream? So let's talk about actually streaming, right? Now that you kind of know how I do it, let's talk about what goes into it. So first off, I try to get ready for stream about 10 to 15 minutes before I actually go live. First step, so after I have determined that I'm going to go live, I then decide, obviously what I'm going to talk about. Hopefully I've had that stream scheduled for a little while. And then what I'm going to do is I will create a Zoom meeting with myself. And usually I could just hit, start personal or schedule meeting, and then I'll just, schedule a random Zoom meeting. I don't want to use the same Zoom meeting ID as it will remember my stream setting from the last time, which won't be any good, right? So I always make sure that I'm in a new Zoom meeting. Then what I do is I make sure my original sound is on so that I sound clear and I don't sound like artifacts. After I make sure my original sound is on, I then go ahead and get my Restream key, URL, and channel URL for the stream. And I go under more options in Zoom. I hit live on custom streaming service, which I enable in Zoom admin settings, and you only have to do this once. I then put in the information in the following order. Rtmp URL, which will start with rtmp:// blah, 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 blah. And again, it will be in your YouTube studio or your Restream. I put that in. And then I put in the stream key, which is like a password for your stream, right? So it'll be usually 48 characters long. I put that in. And then I put my channel URL in the last field. I then hit go live. And from there, Zoom will prompt me saying, do you want to stay in this meeting? It's going to be live streamed. Obviously, I do. I then, after that, go ahead and once I am done with the that part of the setup, I then talk and go ahead and go live. And then from there, I will see that I am live, and what Zoom will do is it will bring me to that page that I'm live, and I will usually hear myself. And then that's how I know that I am currently live, right? Because then I can kind of hear myself, and then I'm able to do all that, right? So in order, the process looks like this. Create Zoom meeting, enable original sound, make sure all my windows are closed on my computer, that I don't need, right? I don't need to be showing client stuff. Ensure that my chat application's open. Ensure that I can go live by using the custom Rtmp options and log into Restream, get the keys, put them in the right order, and hit go live. That is the process that I use in terms of the going and getting ready, right? Because that's as important as getting ready for any other stream, right? You want to get ready. You don't want to just do it, right? You want to be prepared. And so that's kind of the process that I personally use to get prepared for every stream. And obviously I'll do other things like turn my phone off and, those other things, right? But those are some of the things that I use. So what Zoom client to download? You want to just download the Zoom the Zoom client. The Zoom client for meetings. That's what you want to download. Yep. Zoom client for meetings. I just put the general link so that everyone is able to find it in chat later on, and that way it's clear to everyone, right? So everyone is able to try to find it, and it's clear. That's why I put the general download center link. Let's see. Do we have any questions? Any questions? Any other thoughts? Well, I didn't announce my new announcement yet. Zoom for web meeting. Not the IT admin, but Zoom client. Zoom client for meeting. Don't download the IT admin. Don't download that one. Download the other one. Download the client. That is what you're going to need to do. Okay. So I never made my announcement. I might have hinted at it earlier. But we're going to be doing Tutorial Tuesdays. So Tutorial Tuesdays is basically going to be me uploading a video tutorial of some sort every week. So this could be WordPress related. This could be YouTube stuff. This could be anything tech related, accessibility related, programming related. And they will be every Tuesday. They will usually drop at 7 a.m. Eastern time. And so, yeah, basically now, every week I'll have some kind of tutorial, and then we'll also have Taylor's Teardowns. And those are going to be the planned content for the week. We will also have random live streams if we feel like going live talking about whatever. So those are kind of some of the announcements that I have in terms of that. So any questions on that regard? Yeah, so tomorrow's tutorial is talking about how to change your name servers for Hover, which is the domain name registrar I recommend. And if you have any suggestions for tutorials, yes, you can add background music. Yep. Okay. So you don't understand, make sure your chat program is open. Basically what that meant, Dan, is that I need to make sure that my chat program, so meaning either the extension or Restream, was open so that it could read the chats to me. Because I accidentally closed my chats when I was showing the demo, and so I wasn't hearing any chat for a little while. Yes, and you can have background noise, and you can add that with Restream. I haven't really done a lot of background music. I want to be able to do that, but a lot of my streams are kind of, professional, and so I want to make sure it's, a good learning environment. But, yeah, I haven't been able to do that yet, but I want to explore that. But that is definitely a possibility with Restream, as well as other providers. But, yeah, that's basically what I meant by saying the chat program was open. Right? But any other questions? But yeah, Tutorial Tuesday is going to be a thing, and it's going to be great. So, and again, the podcast is going to get updated, and y'all are going to get flooded with notifications. So, be ready for that, because it's going to come, and it's going to be crazy. It's going to be fast and furious. So, yeah, that's kind of what we've got to say at this point. But if y'all have any other questions, if not, this is basically how I stream. It's pretty simple. It's pretty easy to do. Like I said, you can get more elaborate, but usually what I'm doing is educational streams, right? Usually that's kind of what I'm doing, right? So usually it's pretty simple. I'm just doing educational streams. And yes, I would normally be showing my face, but right now I am not. But yeah, normally in this instance, it's educational. And that's kind of why it's a little bit easier, right? Because I'm showing something, right? Or I'm doing something. Sometimes I'll have like Q&A streams where I do other things, and I may have music or video. But most of my content is educational. So, So you're saying if you have the stream open twice. So basically you'd only have the stream open once. So you'd have your Zoom open. That is what you would be talking into to have the stream. And then you'd have your YouTube open. Do I take... I'm not sure what you mean. Do you mean monetized videos? And if that's the case, I'm not monetized yet. Again, normally I would be showing my face, but, yeah, I, cannot at the current second. But yeah, normally I would be showing my face in this kind of stream, right? Just not showing the Zoom, logo, although I could put my own logo. So I could actually, share something, share another application if I wanted. But, you know, that's kind of how that works in terms of that. So, yeah, again, this is kind of an interesting stream, but like I said, Tutorial Tuesdays are going to be rolling out, and feel free to, you know, request suggestions. Also request Taylor's Teardown suggestions. Those will be taken as well, and yeah, let's see. Any questions? Try to make it a little bit shorter today, just because I've been doing YouTube content pretty much all day long, trying to prepare tutorials and whatnot, so, yeah. But yeah, any other questions? Control-Shift-S on Windows, Command-Shift-S on Mac is how you share your screen. So, Control-Shift-S. Do I use a webcam? Good question. So I use a webcam on my Mac, and the way I keep it focused is it really doesn't move all that much, but I always make sure I'm in the center of the frame, right? And usually I can do that with Ira or, you know, my friend Michael, right? He'll say, hey, you're centered, you're good. But usually it doesn't really move, and I just kind of try to stay in that frame, right? So usually, again, if I am showing my face, I am able to do it pretty effectively. But yeah, if you're not subscribed to the channel, feel free to do that as well. Because I see that, yeah. So, that's kind of how I keep it together, right? I keep myself in line, is that I, you know, make sure I'm centered. Again, normally I would be showing my face, but right now I am not able to at the current second. So, do we have any other questions from the chat? This has hopefully been a good episode. Like I said, sorry if it's been a little bit fast. I've just been doing content all day, so you know how that goes. It's the last Monday of the month, so that's when I try to batch all my content together. So, you know, that's kind of how that goes. Or I try to batch all my tutorials together, so I already have a whole month's worth of stuff done already. But, you know. So, any other questions? Okay. As I don't see any, I'm going to go ahead and do the wrap-up. Normally, we would have a VIP section, but they were not able to make it. So, normally, if you're on my Patreon, if you do the $6 a month plan, you can actually come live with me on stage in the Zoom meeting or the Discord and be able to chat. But the only VIP person I have at the moment is not able to make it. So we will not have a VIP section tonight. But if you want to be the next VIP section and you want to get in the Zoom meeting, then go ahead and go to patreon.com/Taylor's Tech Talks and become a patron. The shortcut key is it's actually Shift Command V or Shift Control Shift V. Wait. Yes. Control Shift V on Windows, Command Shift V on Mac. Yep. Yes. Yep. That's exactly what it would be. Yep. Yep. Sure enough, Sheffield. Yep. Start showing and stop showing. Command Shift V, Control Shift V on Windows. But yeah, if you want to be a Patreon, go to patreon.com/Taylor's Tech Talks. It's in the chat as well to become a VIP patron. But other than that, y'all, I think it's going to be a wrap. Hopefully this has helped you. It is. Yes, it is usually pretty good about that. So is the Mac version as well, Dan. Yep. Usually it's very good about telling us the shortcut keys, which is good. You know, we want that. We want to be able to know the shortcut keys, so that way we're able to understand that, right? So, yeah. Do you have to hear... So, are you talking about the chats? So, I haven't actually figured that out myself yet, because usually when I'm doing demos, it just goes through, right? But I haven't figured out exactly how to not have the chats go through. But as soon as I figure that out, yeah, I could use a different sound card or do something different. But as soon as I figure that out, I will be sure to let you all know how it's done. And then, you know, that will be a lot easier. But again, some of this stuff, it's more educational, right? So it actually could be a benefit for everyone to hear all the questions that are being asked. Right? So it could be a benefit for people to understand what's going on. But yeah, that's kind of how that works. I'm just going to wait for more chat messages because I see we've got some more people coming in. All right. So, hopefully this was good. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up if I don't have any more questions, and if I do, I'll answer them. So this has been another episode of Taylor's Teardowns. Catch us every Monday at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, 6 Mountain, and 5 Pacific to get the latest episodes. We're doing them live, and then they will also be uploaded as podcasts as well. Also, Tutorial Tuesdays drop 7 a.m. Eastern. Obviously, you don't have to watch them then, but that's when they are scheduled to go live every Tuesday starting today, or tomorrow, rather. So they're going to be about any random tech topics that I find interesting or that I, think that would benefit the viewers, or just anything about accessibility, WordPress, anything and everything. So, again, if you want to support me on Patreon, patreon.com/Taylor's Tech Talks. If you want to support the affiliate links, I've linked them all in the chat, and those are all services that I really stand behind. So feel free to use that. Thank you to whoever used my Pinecast link. I have $20 more of Pinecast credit, which is wonderful. So thank you to whoever is using my Pinecast link. I really appreciate it. And if you want to do a podcast, go ahead and do that. No. I didn't install a highlighter. Yes, it is. It is my friend. Dan, obviously I'm on a Mac, right? But, yes, I am getting a sound card, which I should have gotten, but, it did not make it past the USPS, checkpoint. So, my sound card that I ordered got, stuck in, USPS, got stuck at the post office. So, yay me. So, I know. Okay. But I think that's going to do it, y'all. And if I don't have any more questions, this has been an awesome episode of Taylor's Tech Talks. And again, be sure to look up for the podcast episodes as they come fast and furious. And yeah, we will see y'all soon, and have a great day.